Beautiful, well, basically it's the Temple of Speed, isn't it, here in the Italian Grand Prix, and we're on round 18, and I've only just realised that there's only me and JJ in the lobby. Oh dear, what's going on? Oh, we've got okay, well, it looks like that we got a new invite then, so yep, no, let's let's carry on as we were, shall we, as we are now about to get to going then for the Italian Grand Prix then. Well, round 18 now, so normally around 15, I think, isn't it, or something like that, of a normal calendar, but of course round 18 is slightly later than normal, and it's a great one, isn't it? Let me quickly get up the old stream as well, shall I? Goodness me, there I can hear myself, which is absolutely appalling, isn't it? Gosh, I don't know how you guys can watch this monstrosity that when I'm commentating. Goodness me, I gotta say, I think that's why you put it on mute, isn't it? Anyway, but let's get going, shall we, then, for the Italian Grand Prix. Only 11 turns then around this circuit. Of course, it is the fastest on average on all the calendar, isn't it? And if you like fast cars, you're gonna love this one, I gotta say. Really good 7D sprint. Said evening, Sean. Hello, Sprint then, and I hope you're going to have a good race as well. But of course, I am not going to be I'm not going to be biased at all. But I got to say, Sprint is one of my drivers of the season personally, so I'm always going to be biased, and I'm always biased, and it doesn't really matter because I think they're heroes, aren't they, when they step in the Formula One cars? They really are indeed. Then, so yeah, we just got the track map on screen right now. Then, yeah, it's 11 turns. It looks like a very simple track, but it's anything but, isn't it? Around here, I gotta say, the Italian, of course, actually talking to Sprint, he's got the fastest lap around here, which was set last season of a 1:22.666. Oh goodness me, I hope no one's superstitious about that. Gosh, but I'm expecting that to be broken here tonight. Of course, so that's if we don't get any rain. No, and that is going to be very interesting indeed. And if we do get rain, remember back in 2000 and what was it? 2008, I think it was, where it was absolutely horrific weather conditions, wasn't it? I think that was, of course, the weekend where Sebastian Vettel got only his first pole position, but his first race win as well, back in the Toro Rosso, now known as the AlphaTauri. Talking about the AlphaTauri, almost 12 years later, Pierre Gasly won the 2020 Italian Grand Prix as well. Oh goodness me, they love this circuit, don't they? Good gosh. And I wonder if we're going to see an AlphaTauri then on top of the step. On top of the podium here again tonight then, and potentially that could happen there. They've had 2 wins this season, AlphaTauri. Sprint won that incredible race back in the Monaco Grand Prix, and then Matt won last time out in Russia, of course, after all the penalties that came in, haven't they? So AlphaTauri almost starting to stretch their lead, and of course there is about 130 points still up for grabs in the Drivers' Championship. So this championship is going to be it's not going to be decided tonight because we've only got 5 rounds to go now. This championship is absolutely flown by, hasn't it? And to all the championships, let's go through it, shall we? The drivers and the constructors then. I've got an ulcer on my mouth, and it's really hurting me at the moment. Oh gosh. Yes, in the Drivers' Championship, Maxi is leading now, 27 points in front of T. Sammy in second. Sprint, the man who's got the lap record holder around here, is actually third at the moment now. He is on 123 points, 44 points back. Steve dropping down into 4th position then. Matt moving up to 5th after that fantastic win. He's displaced Roscoe, but that's not the end of the story, is that Matt and Roscoe, I think, are going to be battling for that 5th position until the end of the season, I believe. And Timmy there is a couple of points further back then, so yeah, in 7th position then. We have also got Fizzy in 8th position, Asdog in 9th, and Val completes the top 10 as well then. And it's all status quo really for the rest of the championship then. It's Hog 11th, Hog 11th, Harry 12th, Rizzle 6th, 13th, Mason and Penny 14th and 15th, Double in 16th, Snap and PB 17th and 18th. JJ, Josh and Gaz have not got off the mark yet in terms of points then. In the constructor standings, it is as this then. The AlphaTauri then are on 85 points, but they cannot win the constructors here tonight. I think they got I think that the earliest they can win it actually is not next time, the time after, and I haven't got the calendar up, have I? Goodness me. There's another Alpha car in 2nd position, but it's the Alfa Romeo there, of course, which is home track as well for Alfa Romeo, albeit then the team is still based in Switzerland, isn't it? It's got a even though it's got the Alfa Romeo skin on it, underneath it in the heart of the car, it's still Sauber, isn't it? Ferrari, of course, the home track for Ferrari. Are we expecting big things things from Maxi and Rizzle Sticks tonight. And can they get themselves back in the hunt of the construction side? 105 points back at the moment now. There's a big old gap then. Haas in 4th position as well. 5th position is the McLaren with Red Bull in 6th position. Mercedes are in 7th then. And then after that, then we got Renault on 52 points. Racing Pointer on 14. And Williams are yet to get off the mark as well. Hopefully they can do so tonight then. And potentially they could have and should have got off the mark in Russia and a couple of other places. But unfortunately that's not been the case this season, has it? But hopefully hopefully they can turn that around, can't they? 20 seconds into this qualifying session as well. Gareth said evening. Hello Gareth, I hope you're having a lovely afternoon as well, or evening there. Gosh, there is winter's really taking over now. There's a bit of thick fog then outside my window, goodness me, but luckily on the track it's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it, here in Monza. And of course I think this track then, we've had an Italian Grand Prix in almost every year apart from 1951 if I'm not very much mistaken then. So yeah, this track is of course wealthy in its history, isn't it? And its steeped in heritage as well. There, of course, the banking. We go underneath the old banking, don't we? Going up to the Ascari chicane. Now, just watching Mason, who is out on a warm-up lap at the moment. And of course, this is the lowest downforce configuration circuit of the season. So we're going to have very skinny wings, and the back ends are going to be very skittish indeed, aren't they? As we're just watching Mason coming out of the second chicane as well. Then I'd like to hear your favourite Italian Grand Prix moments. Of course, I got to say, we was really spot for choice this season. We had three Grand Prix in Italy, didn't we, this season? Mugello, then San Marino, and oh goodness me, we've had a problem right from the get-go. And what's that? That's a McLaren off. Gaz has cut off the track there, and that's in the first chicane as well. Gaz has said. So I wonder if he was just trying to warm up his tyres a bit too heavy there for Gaz. He would love to get off the mark there when he's back in the McLaren once again. And good stuff indeed then for Gaz, and hopefully he can get some points on the board as well. Back with Mason then, who is in the Racing Point as well, of course, formerly known as Force India, and then before that was the Spiker, and then before that was the Midland. So of course, and before that, everyone's favourite team, the Jordan team, wasn't it? Mason comes across the line as well then in the Racing Point as well. Of course, we'll be known as the Aston Martin, won't it? Not in IRC season 9, but in IRC season 10 it will be the Aston Martin. Of course, then just watching Mason there coming out of the first chicane as well, then taking a lot of curbs then. Of course, there was a lot of discussion about track limits last time out in Russia there. There is no such, I don't think there'll be much discussion for track limits here tonight in the Italian Grand Prix then, as I think that it was Fizzy that said in the chat in the build up to this race then that you would not be wise to go on to overtaking the cut the corners in the chicanes there, because goodness me, that you've got to launch, ain't you, up in the air then. So that is not what you want to do. Is that coming through to the second Lesmo as well then, and out of it now dropping down the hill then. This is 2 DRS zones around this circuit. Go on the run up here because we're going to the bank, and then on the run up here into the Ascari chicane then, and also on the start finish straight as well, and going through the Ascari chicane. And I love that corner, it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Mason there taking a lot of curbage there coming out of the Scarden, but he's on his way nonetheless, isn't he, Mason is? He comes through into the front tour as well. There comes one of the AlphaTauris in the background. I think that was Sprint, and I had a quick glance at the helmet, and I'm sure that was Sprint, yes, because Matt is still in the pits at the moment, the one who won last time out in Russia. Mason goes fast at the moment, a good 17 there from Mason, 20, but now Sprint has done a 19.999 now. Goodness me, then someone needs to call the emergency services. That's pretty hot, isn't it? Now we've got Fizzy, who is second fastest, but then Asdog is now jumped into fast as well. They're coming through thick and fast, aren't they, around here? Goodness me, then. I've got to say, it's not going to be quick on the track. It's also going to be quick on the timing board as well. There's a Renault in the background. Hog is just gone faster still then in the Renault. And then Tibby's gone faster still. Goodness me, then. Remember back in 2019, we had a very interesting qualifying session, didn't we? Where they all decided to queue up and didn't want to go give anyone a slipstream. Well, tonight we might, hopefully we won't get that again then. Whilst, of course, the Tifosi are absolutely loving Sprint's fastest time at the moment, aren't they? Of course, the Scuderia AlphaTauri as it's still stuck on at the bottom of the moment, and Val has just gone into 4th fastest as well. We got a second McLaren of Gaz, who's just moved into 10th fastest at the moment now in the McLaren as he breaks down, then coming in to the into the first cage. Well, Russell Stick's coming back into the pits at the moment now, and the Ferrari. Here comes JJ, who's I got in the wrong car. It's not then. Of course, he's with the Williams team normally, and he's now with Red Bull tonight. Then as of course I think he had to join slightly late then, and I wonder if JJ might get some points out of him, might he really? Oh goodness. goodness me, and oh gosh, Aaron, JJ has gone off the circuit and had a big old smash indeed, hasn't he? Oh goodness me then, so JJ then out of qualifying. I'm not sure what's happened there. He's had a technical problem there for the Red Bull because he veered left then went straight into the wall. Remember, Grosjean aquaplaned off there back in 2017, I think it was, but that was a scary incident indeed then for JJ, and goodness me, that's not going to help him, is it? Because he's out qualifying for the rest of the session now as well, and he's going to have to be a spectator, unfortunately. On board with C at the moment as he comes through into the first Les Mo's as well then. C then, of course, in 4th position in the championship. He had such a strong start, didn't he? He's waned off a bit, hasn't he, in the mid part of the season. Maxi's done 2 laps there on those soft tires. He's gone fast, as I said. Timmy also went faster as well then. It's very minuscule between those 2 drivers at the moment. They're about 600 of a second. Looking very, very close indeed, isn't it? So at the moment then, Steve's on and out up at the moment then. So this is calm before the storm. Petty goes 11 fast at the moment then in the second racing point then. And Steve then is he's just getting himself ready and up to go for that. Now then, so into the parabolic then as well. Of course, they've moved the gravel trap back from there, aren't they? Really? So it kind of encourages drivers to go off slightly wide, don't it? So really, I should just say, I would have said just keep the gravel trap, but exactly where it was then. And just on board now then, as Steve there coming down into turn 1. Where does he break then? Goodness me! Just after the 100-meter board. Goodness gracious me then! Incredible stuff indeed. Then Steve then bounces over the curbs and accelerates away, coming through Curva Grande. And it's going to be a grande lap as well then from Steve then, as I do love a pun or two, and unfortunately it gets worse from here on in as well then. Johnny Cox, hi Sean, New Life is here then. Great to see you, New Life, and he's started 2 or 3 races in IRC. It's good stuff indeed there. Of course, New Life was also a part of the IRC Elite back in the day as well, and so good to have New Life with us and here in the comment section as well, and good stuff indeed then. And I hope you're having a lovely evening as well, New Life. It's great to have your company, and of course it's great to have all your companies in the coach as well. Keep them coming in, everyone. And yes, I would love to hear about what's occurring in your world as well. As we've got to see then, I've got to see, so I've got really hot all of a sudden. Goodness me, I feel I'm on a hot flush. It's because I'm seeing these cars on the Italian Grand Prix circuit, isn't it? Goodness me, it's enough to make anyone hot under the collar, isn't it? Steve coming through the final parabolic as well. The 11 turns on this circuit. It's probably classed as one of the easiest tracks on the calendar. Steve goes fast then, but I suppose if you go slow around here, then it is easy. But of course, you ain't going to go slow around here at all. Matt, the man who won the last amount in Russia, is currently 5th fast at the moment. Good 7D then. We got Roscoe's also appearing out on the circuit as well. He's out of the final turn then, Roscoe is then. And let's see what Roscoe can do in his Red Bull as well then. So he comes up to the line then. And I've got to say, this season for winners has been absolutely fantastic. We've had 6 Grand Prix winners this season. It's been absolutely mega, hasn't it? We've had Maxi with 6. Roscoe who's had a race win as well. We've had Matt and Sprint who has had a race win. We've had T. Sammy who's had 6 Grand Prix wins. And also we've had Steve who's had a Grand Prix win as well. And so yeah, the wins have really been shared out quite nicely this season, hasn't it? Goodness gracious me then. It's been very competitive, hasn't it, here in the IRC then. Really good stuff indeed then, as Roscoe's coming into the first chicane as well then. And look at that then, very good. Oh goodness me then, a lot of oversteer at the exit, and that is really going to compromise Roscoe's speed into Lesmo. And goodness me then, so that's not good at all for Roscoe, is it? Into the second Lesmo as well then. And of course Hamilton crashed there in 2001, no sorry, just in between, didn't he? And that effectively ruined about the World Championship, didn't it? Because that was mathematically impossible for him to win the title, or defend his title, or retain his title, I should say then. Of course in Italy then, but of course that was a part of the second half of the season there, where McLaren had a bit of a renaissance, didn't they? But their first season hit them in Ferrari were absolutely appalling, weren't they? Probably one of the worst title defences in history for McLaren, and maybe even for Ferrari as well. But I haven't said that. I think wasn't Jody Scheckter had a really appalling title defence as well back in 1980, I think it was, because I think it was to do with ground effect and all that kind of stuff, wasn't it? Which is way above my head, isn't it? I got to say, if the only ground effect I know is the ground effect I have is usually from my Keister kind of thing. So let's say about that the better, I would say. Just watching Rizzle Sticks coming into the Scar chicane once again. Lovely stuff indeed there from Rizzle Sticks. He hasn't set a time just yet in the Ferrari. His teammate is currently at the top. Matt has gone second fastest, and as we've been watching Rizzle Sticks as this first part of qualifying, we are just aiming to lose the bottom 4 cars in this session then. Currently sat in those bottom 4 cars as Rizzle Sticks, PB, T Sammy and Double. Not anymore though, because Rizzlesticks goes 8 fastest. Good something deep down from Rizzlesticks then. And I gotta say, Rizzlesticks then, his form in the last couple of races has been absolutely sensational, haven't they? And we didn't score in Russia, but Azerbaijan was the start of some really impressive performance out from Rizzlesticks, and double starts this up as well. As he's got 6 points in Azerbaijan. He scored a point in the British Grand Prix and in the Brazilian Grand Prix as well. But he didn't score in Russia, did he? Unfortunately. On board T Sammy then. We're on lovely over the shoulder shot here with T Sammy as well. Then remember last season? I think it's one of my favourite races of the season last season, wasn't it? I think did Steve win it? I think he did from 20th on the grid as well. Goodness me, that was fantastic, wasn't it? And it would have been the race of the season for me, but I think Fizzy stole that when the Japanese Grand Prix, didn't he? Yeah, I think that this is definitely a second in terms of last season's race. It was absolutely astounding, wasn't it? It was brilliant stuff, and from lap after lap was drama after drama. Safety car restart as well, where Maxi and the T7 came under a lot of criticism for their restarts. Was they bunched at the pack there and caused all kinds of gremlins and issues, didn't they, at the back there? You're using all the track and then some coming out of the Ascara chicane there, of course. So double there, absolutely maximising his opportunities as well before coming into the Parabolica. We got Josh just in front of us. Josh is on a 21.7 at the moment there in the Williams, and let's see, he's appearing off into the pits as well then. Gaz is back out as well. We've got doubles also in at the moment. Gaz has improved his time to a 27.7 at the moment. PB, who is not out at the, oh goodness me, and Gaz having a really rough ride there out of the first chicane there, gosh, as he was definitely bumping over those sawtooth curbs as well. And he's going for it once again though. Sprint now at 6,500 a second down the first sector time. Second sector time is just before the Ascara chicane for Sprint then, and I think that he has been my driver of the season. That's been fantastic. I mean, it's very hard to look past the two men that have really like leading the championship. Of course, that is T Sammy and Maxi, but I got to say, Sprint's been absolutely sensational, hasn't it? I think that this has been years of grafting, hasn't it? Years of hard work, hasn't it, for Sprint? And I think this season is definitely one of the most impressive seasons he has had to date. Really good stuff indeed then. Double currently then in 14th position at the moment then. We're just watching that Sprint now. I think he is just slightly down on his other time as well. Well, not anymore though, because he's actually gained a 10th of a second in the final sector as well. Excuse the long pause there, gosh. I think I'm going to have to get some Bonjel out of the cupboard in a minute. Goodness me then. I got to say then, I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to paint now, so you're going to be hearing a lot of moaning and whinging tonight there, as gosh, anything, any little bit of paint there, and I'm done for. Gaz ain't going for no lap then. He is now really putting in the laps, isn't he, in the McLaren at the moment, as you can see there. And of course, you might recognise, of course, that Michael Schumacher helmet, of course, was a part of the McLaren car, wasn't it, back in '96? And a bit of trivia for you. It was, of course, well, it wasn't an exact helmet, was it? Because I think Schumacher had a slightly different helmet back in '96. But of course, David Coulthard had to borrow Michael Schumacher's helmet for the 1996 Monaco Grand Prix. I can't remember why. I'm not sure if it was something to do with safety or whatnot, but I just remember Coulthard having the Schumacher's helmet back then as well. I remember that back then McLaren and Ferrari had the same sponsor as well, didn't they? So which made it a lot easier. If it was '97, it would have been a bit more difficult, wouldn't it? Because of course McLaren went to the very famous liveried the grey and white McLaren, which I thought is absolutely sensational car. It really is. That my favourite McLaren though is definitely the chrome McLaren. Absolutely sensational. I love the chrome McLaren car. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Between 2006 all the way up to 2013, I think it was. Absolutely beautiful. Well, even 2014, but I think 2013 there was last time they had the splash of red on it, and I thought it was beautiful. I really did. Then one of the best look at F1 cars in all of Formula 1 history, in my opinion. Then as Gaz comes across the line, he is just under 0.2 of a second down at the moment. Then as he is just going out for another butt of the chair as well. Josh coming across the line, and he looks like he's not improved on that one, but now he's going to go for broke once again. Then as we're just watching Penny then going through the Ascari chicane then as well. Then A lovely 70 then down the back straight as well. Then let's see what he can do now then, as he is coming down the back straight then into the parabolic as well. Penny's lovely new helmet there from the racing point driver. He hasn't scored since Australia. Penny hasn't. Is he going to be able to put that wrong right here tonight? Then DRS said he is in 13th position there. A bit of time now behind Mason at this moment now. Double has actually been relegated back into the drop zone as well. Josh is finding some time in this second sector here then, sorry, the first sector. DRS for Josh. He's sitting at the button there as Josh there he's turned it off there, and Josh has, so he's going to be losing time then. Has he double hit it then? Well, no, he's backed off then, so he must have made a mistake somewhere along the lap then for the Williams driver, and of course all of Williams' hopes does lay on Josh, albeit as JJ's decided to abandon him for tonight, and he's gone into the Red Bull then. JJ's time, which he did quite early on then, JJ is looking very strong at the moment actually, because he's done that time quite early on. Unfortunately, he's out of the qualifying session. He's still through technically, isn't he? But unfortunately, there's no T cars in Formula 1 anymore, is there, these days? So JJ is out. He only crashed down here, didn't he? So he could have jogged back and gone to the spare car. But yesteryear, I think it was wasn't it 2002? Was officially the last time they could use spare cars. I think they did used to bring these spare cars. So after that, did they? I think they're up till 2005, if I'm not very much mistaken, something like that. But of course, I got to say that there's a lot of full races all of a sudden being shown on YouTube at the moment, and that is what I'll be doing after this race. As I've got to hit the sack quite early on. Then, is unfortunately I've got to get up very early. I got to be up in the office before 10 o'clock, as I've had a bit of issues there, but hopefully nothing too untoward there, as I all of a sudden just blipped there slightly. I did it in the same, but there was the same type of thing that happened last season as well. Goodness me. Anyway, enough about that then, as Josh then is coming down under the banking as well then, and look at that man, as he flies past this. That's absolutely sensational, as as T Sammy now gets in a better time now, but he's still 2/10 of a second off the benchmark at the moment, which is Steve in the Haas. Well, less than 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session now. We're just watching Josh coming down the back straight as well. Look at the weather, it's absolutely splendid, isn't it? It makes me want to go out there in my short shorts there and really get my legs on the tan there. Oh, love it. But of course, we've got a job to do first, haven't we? Josh got a job to do, and he's done a great job. He is through into qualifying too, as it stands at the moment now. As I think Timmy's out of qualifying, and goodness me, I think that happened a long time ago. I've been waffling away, and I think it's Josh there going a bit high now, goodness me. But yeah, Timmy I think has found the wall somewhere, and he is out of qualifying, goodness me. And that probably happened a long time ago. I apologise to you Timmy fans out there who might have been screaming at the TV, but Timmy is out of qualifying, and that is it as well. So JJ and Timmy, both two victims of the Italian Grand Prix circuit. It's so quick. When you go off, you will go off in a big way. Old school circuit. This is why you are expecting to see safety cars around here. Well, I certainly am indeed. And I think Bernd Mylander will also have his engine on, definitely be on the key, won't he? As he will be needed quite quickly if he is going to be called into action. So here's Double at the moment. What's his target time now for Double then? He's on a 20.9 at the moment. Now Penny has come back into the pits then. PB's out. I think Gaz is also in the pits as well, but Gaz has only used one set of tires then, Gaz has. Gaz is definitely very much a is a racing racer, isn't he? As he does save his tires there for the race itself, doesn't he? So we've got Double in 17th position, and then we've got Penny in 16th position, and we're on board with Double, and over the shoulder then the checker flag has fallen. So who is going to be in qualifying through, and who is going to be out? Well, Double isn't using his DRS either then, and he's 9/10 of a second down. That just shows how much the DRS there is, how pivotal and how crucial the DRS is around this circuit, and goodness me. So I'm wondering if Double there has had a problem then, and that's unfortunate for Double, is he's going to be out of qualifying, unfortunately, because of that. As he now comes into the as he is now coming into the pits, and Double is, and that is as I think he'll be coming. Yeah, he is coming in the pits, and that's unfortunate for Double then. So he must have made a mistake earlier on the session as well. You can see that it's a very difficult pit in, isn't it? I got to say, it is just straight, isn't it? It's so down, but you're coming off the track at such high velocity, ain't you? So you've really got to make sure you do not get any 5-second penalties there for screaming off the track and on into the pit there. Of course, the safety pit line, the pit speed limiter is all about safety as well. T time. He's just has gone fastest then as we end this session then, and he is on an 18.993 then. Good stuff indeed then. What about Steed then? As Steed, well, I thought he was pointing the wrong way then, so that would have been a bit of a shock then. We've already had a big shot with Timmy out qualifying, and that's a big blow indeed then. Yes, he's in 14th position, and I think that means we're going to have 13 runners then for qualifying too then. Which I think is actually going to up the ante, isn't it, in terms of who's going to be through and who's going to be out then, because of course there might be some drivers that might rest on their laurels, so to speak, then, and might be more laid back than what they should be, and that is going to be quite crucial, isn't it, in this qualifying session as well. Remember, we've got 2 more qualifying sessions. This is qualifying 1. We have lost 6 drivers there. Goodness me, it feels like we're back when we had 22 cars there. We have lost 6 though, because unfortunately 2 of hit the wall and are out. PB in 19th position, Gaz in 18th position, Double 17th, Penny is in 16th position, and we got 15th for JJ. Good performance there from JJ. Unfortunately did one lap, I reckon JJ would have been through on that lap as well, and Timmy of course he would have been through quite comfortably as well, but unfortunately he has lost it. He is out of qualifying, and we've got 13 runners then for qualifying 2 then. Who is going to be smiling? Who is going to be concerned? Let's find out. Right, so we're going into qualifying 2 now as well, and I've just wet my whistle. Because it's going to get very, very tense indeed then, as I was also trying to see if there was any cream for me as well. But of course, I don't mean that kind of cream. I do mean the cream that goes on these ulcers. Oh, I think you get ulcers from lack of sleep then, so that's my excuse then for maybe having a bit of a lie tomorrow. So yeah, I feel that that's definitely a good excuse, isn't it, really? Right, qualifying 2 then. Enough about my appalling behaviour during the week. Right then, we are now 5 seconds into qualifying 2 then, and again it's a beautiful day, but I've got to say that the sun was quite paramount in the first session. It's a bit dull in this second session as well. I got to say, I know that this has been quite an old feature now, but I do love it when when you have your names above the garages. It really triggers my inner nerd there. Oh, I love it. It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? And of course, Red Bull got a strange name above Gantry, haven't they? Of course, it might have been Snap more often than not. There, Snap is the full Red Bull driver. Unfortunately, he's only been in 6 Grand Prix this season, which is such a shame, isn't it? It's such a shame not to see Snap in a regular. And the same with of course, Harris as well. He's only participated in 10 races this season, which is such a shame to see 2 of the old guard IRC drivers not participating fully at the moment in time. Then, but hopefully we'll see him back in a full-time capacity in a not too distant future then. So the subs have been, and Gaz have done a very good job as well. As JJ I think has just lost his way to the garage there and has gone into the Red Bull. But I'm wondering if hopefully that would give him some good luck as well, because it'd be good to see JJ getting off the mark. It'd be good to see Gaz and Josh get off the mark as well in the point set, and of course I will be supporting all those drivers that can get off the mark, and is they do put a good innings in, don't they? And it's been about bad safety cars and a lot of rotten luck as well, isn't it? Very much similar to George Russell, isn't it? Where it's just been bad luck, or maybe just a mistake here and there at the most critical time, isn't it? But unfortunately, that's the problem with top-end motorsport, isn't it? And yes, you do get the points down to 10th position, but it can be very difficult to get to 10th position on that day when there are so many competitive drivers. I mean, we've got to whittle this lot of 13 down to 10 in the next 13 minutes or so. And it's like guessing the lottery. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 13 minutes or so? I certainly don't. If I did, I'll be going down to the shop now and buying a lottery ticket. Val is going to be the first person then to start a lap off. And let's go on board with the Mercedes drive. This is Val's debut season. But this is 16th Grand Prix now, so he's very much intertwined now, isn't he, with the IRCs. He goes over the grid hatches as well. And where is he going to break then? He's on board with Sprint, I think, earlier on then. Look at that, and just before the 100-meter board then, because he's on the medium compound tyres. I hear you ask, why is that? I will tell you why. It's because It's going to get, if you get into the top 10, you must start on the tyres which you set your fastest time on, and that has been a rule which has been with Formula 1 now for a number of years, hasn't it? But as he's done 26.5 in the first sector, and it's to spice up the race as well. And really to give the strategists a bit of put their thinking caps on a bit earlier than normal there, and of course they got to start off their strategy right from the get-go here in qualifying too, isn't it? But I think tonight then, I'm not... Oh, it's a Val there going off and almost into the Tech Pro there, and goodness me, and that definitely that would definitely have sent shivers down Val's spine there. But unfortunately, that slap is done and dusted. He has gone purple, but he's the first man to set a time moment. So we're going to keep an eye on what Mason can do then, as we're on board with Mason as well. And I think talking of unlucky though, so Mason's been very unlucky, hasn't he? He's this will be his 9th Grand Prix start now in IRC, and he has been very unlucky, hasn't he, Mason lads? United States, so he had a really good performance there, didn't he? And he scored 7 positions, I think. And he's had 2 hour points finishes in his career. He probably should have had more as well. I think in Russia he was quite quick in qualifying. Val has gone fast on a 23. Mason has gone at fast on a 20.3 as well. Then Asdog has gone at second fast in the Alfa Romeo at the moment. So he's a couple of tenths away from Mason at this stage at the moment. We got a Haas in the background now, just starting to start. Then we've also got Renault then out of the Parabolica. It's hogged then. He is right on it, so like a car bonnet straight away. He's on the soft compound tyres then. And what about Sprint then? Well, he goes full fast at the moment then in the Alpha Tauri as well. And I got to say, I was going to say Alfa Romeo then, so I'm really happy with that. I stopped it, but oh goodness me, Maxi right out on the AstroTurf, and that's not going to help, is it? He probably would have lost a bit of time there, and he is on a 20.2, but he's still the fastest time on the medium tyres. But I think there's more in the tank there from that Ferrari car, isn't it? Here comes Josh down the back straight. He's on the soft tyres as well. Josh is in the Williams. Can he scrape that Williams through into qualifying 3? Car 21 then with the 70-year helmet as well then, out of the final turn and out of the Parabolica, and he's also given it a bit of a just half a car's width. He is 6th fastest at this moment in time now, but T Saminair has gone faster on the soft tyres. Interesting strategy there for T Saminair, and I'm wondering then if he feels that is the preferred race tyre. Only 3 drivers have gone to the soft tyres, everyone else on the medium so far, including this man Val, and his second time there is 2.5 seconds quicker, but he's still down in 7th position at the moment then. What about Steeden? And Steeden is second fastest at the moment now. He is the fastest on the medium compound tyres at the moment now. Good 17 there from Steve. Lovely jubbly. Roscoe there is going quite leisurely through Curva Grande. Matt isn't though, is he? Because Matt is actually just for a run, because he's not even in the Curva Grande, goodness me. But he comes out of it and into the first Lesmo as well then. Good 17 there. So we are just... we are just watching Matt then just on his outlap note. Then I think I just did a comment in the of course the driver's briefing room, but I think it was from Fitzy saying that Hogg has had 3 turns less than the rest of the drivers out. Josh is out qualifying. Oh, and he's gone off at the exit Skyline, but he's gone off in quite a major way, because that is a long way down the road then. So it looks like that crash might have started in a Sky, but it's ended almost a quarter of the way down that back straight. So that must have been at high velocity there. But look, Josh's rear front of the car is off. Oh, goodness me. And Roscoe there just warming up those tyres as well. But that is a shame there for Josh, and he is out qualifying. Whatever happens now then. But at the moment, he is 10th position at the moment though. As Matt then coming down into turn 1 there. Look at that, and he's dropped right down into 3rd gear. 40 miles an hour then, and not taking up too much curb there on the outside there. So leaving a bit of leeway there. So Matt, there's more. This looks like a banker lap then, judging from the amount of track he left on the outside then. And of course, there's nothing wrong with that. And he's done 26.4 in the first intermediate split time into the second chicane as well then, bouncing over those curbs and lovely stuff indeed then. Of course, track limits, I don't think it's going to be a major problem here tonight then, because those curbs are quite high in Monza. Here in Monza, I should say that, of course, if you're going over them, you're going to be launching into the sky. Matt then out of the second left one as well, and lovely stuff indeed then. And coming down the DRS there before he head back up the hill into the Scottish chicane as well. And I got to say, when I see the Scottish chicane, I always get flashbacks about that 95 Grand Prix as well, which really hurts me as being a big old David Coulthard fan there. Of course, he had a nightmare here in 95, didn't and he got on pole position for, I think that was the first time in his career for the Williams-Renault, wasn't it? And unfortunately he spun off on the formation lap, and then he had a second bite of the cherry when Andrea Montemini and someone else had a crash there. Matt's gone 8 fastest at the moment then, so I was expecting a bit more out of the tank now from Matt, but as we said there, I think that might have been a banker. Roscoe coming out the parabolic as well, and yeah, David Coulthard then unfortunately then had a wheel bearing failure, didn't it, which just finished off his race anyway, because that was back in the day of the spare car as well. Roscoe only 10 fast as well. And what the track conditions have changed here then, because those tyres, that didn't look like those laps didn't set the world on fire as such, did they? On board then with Matt Dennis, he's coming back at the pits as well then. So I think that might have been a banker lap then, and I wonder if they're thinking about going on to these soft tyres now. So on board with Fizzy, he is on the medium compound tyres at the moment as well. Lovely stuff for Fizzy then as he comes out the second chicane as well into the first left mode. Look at that, that's such a beautiful corner, isn't it? Oh, he's gone a bit wide there, Fizzy outside. He might have lost a bit of time there being too far out on that AstroTurf bed. Lovely second left mode, absolutely nailed it on there, sweet as a peach there. And dropping down the hill once again, and yellow flags is a fluttering and around the second chicane in as well as one of the Red Bulls. I think it's Roscoe just trying to get out of the way at the moment there. Lovely over the shoulder shot with Fizz, that's absolutely brilliant over the shoulder shot as well. And I think that's an AlphaTauri. It's Matt then who's just getting out of the way as well. He's currently 8 fast at the moment then, as we have got Sprint then who's just started his lap as well. I keep thinking it's raining, but it's the Rolex edge of the boards there. It looks like that there's drops coming out of the sky then. Fizzy out of the final turn as well then, and you can see that flirting with the outside part of the track then. He goes 6 fast then from Fizzy, and if the track conditions have changed then, Fizzy has really made it work to his advantage there. He is 6 fast on a 20.7 at the moment then. Good stuff indeed there from Fizzy. What about the second Ferrari of Rizzlesticks then? You can see in the background there is Maxi as well then. And when the Ferraris, of course, Ferraris are quite known for their slipstream antics around over the years, aren't they? Especially when there's a Fernando Alonso involved then. Rizzlesticks has done a 24.5 then. I think that he might have made a mistake somewhere. Back on board with Sprint, and he's still on the medium tyres with 5 minutes in this session to go. He's about 0.2 of a second up in the second intermediate split time, keeping on the yellow flags, everyone, because there has been incidents aplenty in this qualifying session so far. We've seen 3 drivers there who unfortunately have gone into the hedge. So just watching Sprint now, just going a bit wide down the Ascari chicane. So you can see the heat is still quite hot over here, isn't it? Because you've seen the heat haze there just rising off the tarmac as well. Now Sprint now coming into the parabolica for his final time run as well. But it looks like he's backed off slightly, as he has indeed there. So he comes back into the pits now. Sprint does. Now I think that's his teammate in front of him, isn't it? It is indeed then. Matt's also in the pits as well, so the AlphaTauri boys have got quite a bit of work to do then to get those 2 cars turned around as well. Hogg is a 10th of a second up there, 2/10 of a second up as well. Goodness me, they're very attacking fair over the Ascari chicane there. Good stuff indeed then, as I look at this coming down the back straight as well into the parabolica. Car 12, it is the Renault, it is Hogg then, and out of it now as well, going very wide there. That's a bit too wide for Hogg then, and he was trying to take all kinds of speed through there. He's not improved at all. That was too wide there for Hogg, wasn't it? Unfortunately, has he got enough time in the back now? Rizzlesticks then is 7 seconds on the pace here now, so he's going to come back in the pits, I feel. I'd have another go as well, as Maxi has just gone into second fast as well in the second Ferrari. He is now 3/10 of a second away from his championship protagonist, T. Sammy. Good stuff indeed then. As someone's already dished the hurt out of the polystyrene, hasn't it? And look, you just in a flash of Roscoe there. He was coming out on those soft tyres. Here comes Val, who is also now make the jump from the medium to the soft tyres in the Mercedes. He is the second Mercedes in the timesheets at the moment. Al Curva Grande as well. 3/10 of a second up then. You can see that is just how the delta is. Oh, goodness me, they're going, taking a lot of curve there in the second chicane as well. Of course, there's a lot of doubt. There's a big old delta between the medium and the soft tyres here as well then. And just on board, they're going into the second Lesmo, into the second Lesmo as well. Then look at that DRS. He didn't even need the beat, did he? Brilliant stuff it did that. And wow, look at that. He's almost not by 2 payoff. That's incredibly quick as well. A second up in the second sector from Valen. Car 46, not 44. It's fine. Oh my goodness me. And well, luckily Mercedes are wearing black overalls this season and not white, because he might have had to change them before when he got out of the car. Goodness me, that might have been visible visible as well. It definitely would have been on my on my account. Goodness gracious me, I would have had to change my underwear after that. But Val kept his foot in, didn't he? A brave Mercedes driver indeed. And he goes second faster than he reaps the rewards quite beautifully, doesn't he? He is second then as well then. That's a very good time indeed there from Val. And that might catch the attention of some of the other drivers. Maybe the likes of this man here, Maxi. I wonder if he's feels safely going through. Matt is going to be very concerned at the moment. He's only 1300 a second up in the second split. And so that's not good at all for Matt, is it? Because he would like to have made a bigger jump than that then. With 2 minutes to go, I wonder if he might have abandoned this lap there and come in the pits and throw a set of soft tyres on. He has just about enough time now. I gotta say though, it's not the quickest of routine, is it, to get in and come back out. We're on board with Matt now then, but nope, he is definitely carried on then. He's 6 faster, 8/10 of a second in the final sector. Goodness me, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Brilliant stuff indeed there from Matt. He is in 6 fast at the moment. Lovely jubbly indeed there. Ross goes to 10th for a second up there, getting very close to that gravel there, which is just there to catch out the unwary, isn't it? To catch out anyone who's a bit sleepy at the wheel there as well. So Rob at the second sector for Ross going to second. Lesmo, lovely stuff indeed there, sweeter than that then, as he is now coming underneath me as well. I gotta say, the camera shots around here is absolutely sensational. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite circuits this season for just camera shots, as Roscoe coming out of into the Lesmo as well. Of course, Kimi Räikkönen had a big shunt there back in 2007 for the Ferrari, didn't they? Goodness me, and it was a Valo shunt as well. Gosh, so just on board, and he is coming down into the Parabolica as well, and dropping down and into 5th gear. And look at that, he hugged a bit of the Parabolica too much, and that spat him out to the outside. Then is that going to hurt him? He's over the final turn now. He's 6 fast instead, and he probably would like to have been a bit further up the timesheets with that one. I think that Parabolica mistake there might have just cost him a couple of tenths or two. Well, there's a big name there. It's not in qualifying mode, and this man here is Sprint. He is currently at the moment there looking like he's out of qualified. He's a 10th for a second away at the moment. Asdog's about to start his lap as well. 40 seconds to go in this qualifying session then, and it is going to get it is going to get very very interesting indeed then, as so he's just thrown into as well as just flying out of there, and see and let's go to the final turn then. We're on board with him now then, and let's see what he can do then. He goes at 4 fastest at the moment then, and good stuff indeed there from Sprint as well. Good stuff. Rizzlesticks is currently 13 fast at the moment, and he is now just starting off his lap as well. Asdog then 2/10 of a second up then, down in the first sector from Asdog then, so he's had a bit of a nightmare start to this lap then, hasn't he? So Roscoe is 11 seconds down, and he is done in this session there. What about the Renault driver then? The Renault driver at the moment then, coming out of the second chicane as well. So we're on board then with Holgate, and we've got Steele also out there as well. And who's going to be the first man to cross the line? I think it might be Asdog actually. It is Asdog, 3/10 of a second up as well. Josh saying, love how my teammate did 1 lap. So is JJ not only has got on the wrong car, unfortunately he's also he only completed 1 lap as well, but I think that JJ's time though was actually good enough to get him into qualifying too there, so yeah, that's definitely, so he's definitely got the pace around here. Unfortunately he's only done 1 lap, hasn't he? Here comes Asdog. He's 9th fastest set. He is in front of Mason and Fizzy. Fizzy is finished. Oh goodness gracious me then. Fizzy is finished, and then he is out of qualifying. We was expecting a big name to go, and gosh sir, what you expected now? And we've got Hog, who's now in 6th position then. Steers coming through the final Parabolic as well. So is the Ferrari of Rizzlesticks. And what about Rizzlesticks then? Out of the final turn. Has he done it? He's done it. He's in 2nd position. A great time there from Rizzlesticks. And that has also knocked out Mason as well. So Fizzy is out of qualifying, and Mason out of qualifying, and Josh in 13th position as well. Goodness me then. And wow, and that was a very interesting end to qualifying, wasn't it? And Rizzlesticks really pulled out of the back there, and right up with his teammate as well, wasn't it? And you can see Val and Rizzlesticks, there was a standout performances in that qualifying session. Really good stuff indeed there, but Rizzlesticks, goodness me, really snatched one out of the bag there. as he is now going into turn 1 as well then. So into qualifying 3, we are almost ending qualifying, of course then, and we got to find out who's going to be on pole position then for the Temple of Speed for the Italian Grand Prix. Will it be a Ferrari? Well, the Ferrari's been on pole position 8 times this season, hasn't it? You wouldn't bet against them, would you? That's almost a half strike rate, isn't it, for the Ferrari team? And it's with Maxi as well. And there it is then. So so we've got two gentlemen on the medium tires. That is Matt and Steve. Everyone else is on the soft tires. And through into qualifying 3 is T. Sammy, Rizzle Sticks, Val, Maxi, Sprint, Steve, Hog, Roscoe, Matt, and Asdog. Out of qualifying is Mason, but he only did his fast on the medium tires. Same with Fizzy, and Josh unfortunately was in the inside wall of Sky, wasn't he? Big old shunt as well from the Williams driver, but he starts 13th for them. That is definitely a good position there to get some good points on the board there. Can Williams get off the mark here tonight then as well? That'd be good stuff, wouldn't it, for the Williams team as we go into qualifying 3 then. Right, here we go then. We're into qualifying 3 then. We've got 12 minutes in this session then. Of course, everyone gets a new set of soft compound tyres, don't they? But of course, they only get one set then. So hopefully you saved another set then on your way to get to qualifying 3 then to potentially have 2 bites of the cherry. But of course, it's looking very gloomy out there actually. Goodness me. I haven't heard about any wet weather running or wet weather tyres then. I've been trying to keep an eagle eye on things, but more often than not I do miss a lot of things then, which is standard stuff. Is the pits come Steve now. He is the first man out on circuit. Steve has got 3 pole positions this season, so can he get a 4th as well then? His last time he was on pole position in this season was actually wasn't it back in Monaco? I'm sure I thought he's had one later on than that, but yeah, I'll have to get out my old notebook in a minute. I'm sure he's had one earlier on than that though, but later on than that I should say then. But anyway, Steve's been on pole position 3 times this season. We're on board with him then as he weaves the car left to right then. He's not having fun. Well, he probably is having fun, but no, he's also trying to warm up those soft tyres as well. So we've got everyone out on circuit at the moment. We've got half the cars out, half the cars in at the moment, and they will trip over each other because I guarantee it. Because they all want to be having slipstreams, don't they? And there's going to be some tears, I think, in this qualifying session. We've already seen 3 drivers go into the Armco barrier. Hopefully, we don't see any more. But this is really where it's all or nothing, isn't it? Where you got to really throw it against the wall and see if it sticks there. Not literally. That is how you see if pasta's cooked. But you got to make sure that you got to just leave it all on the circuit, don't you? And now Steele coming down the backstretch. Well, let's go on board then. The man who's 4th in the World Drivers' Championship now, and he's had a race win this season. He has had an incredible 10 podiums as well this season, Steve. He's been really good in terms of consistency. He has tailed off slightly. He has joined the most podiums of the season, along with Maxi, who's leading the championship, of course. We've also got T. Sammy, who has 9 podiums this season as well. So see, they're coming over the grid hatches as well, and it just shows how impressive those top 3 drivers have been there. But now the top 4, as recently it's been a sprint now, who is now started to really reel in the top 3, and it's now made it maybe even a top 4 race. Who knows? And there's still a long way to go in this season, isn't there? See, they're coming through Curb Grande as well. Then it's basically you don't even think about that corner anymore, do you? In the Chile with the cars having so much downforce as well. There, correcting the oversteer and before coming into the first Lesmo as well. There, dropping down to 5th gear. Lovely stuff indeed there, tickling the 120 miles an hour. And the second Lesmo as well, and before he gets DRS then, and now he is coming down the back straight as well, and now as you can see, look at that, going under the old banking as well, and before rising back up into the Ascari chicane as well, and look at that then, great stuff indeed, and going over the curbs then, and look at this then, now we're back on the back straight as well. We got one more braking point to go, one more turn to go as well. It's the Parabolica, and goodness me, it's a formidable corner as well, isn't it? Look at that then, Steve, break it down only into 5th gear. He is still on 200 miles an hour. There's a car in the wall. It's Val. Val is off, and he was one of the stars in qualifying 2. He is out of qualifying 3. Steve is on pole position then for the Italian Grand Prix as it starts running. But Val then, as we said then in qualifying 2, he was a superstar. He's not anymore. He is in the wall. What a shame for Val then, and that is it then. He is out of qualifying. Matt is abandoning us up and coming the pits then. What about T. Sammy there out of the Parabolica as well? T. Sammy there is again they're not taking the outside of the turn too much there, and that's cost him a bit of time now. He's a second down. Goodness me, I wasn't expecting that. Sprint is also a second down as well. Steve is looking like he's in a different postcode at the moment. I don't think he's over in San Marino whilst everyone else is still in Magello. Hogg goes second, fast one, and only the second man to go to the 19s. Good time indeed there from Hogg then. Maxi out of the Parabolica as well. And let's see what Maxi can do then. And Maxi there, can he get into the 19s? He can indeed then, but he's still a whisker behind Sidmon. And who is the man who has got the advantage so far? So Asdog is now just emerged out of the pits, and he is slightly behind everyone else. Asdog is in 7th position, and Rizzo6 in the pits, and Matt has abandoned his lap as well, coming through the pits. And I wonder if Rizzo6 might only have one set of tires, and he's got himself into qualifying 3. Val then and Futch out, so it's a top 9 shootout now rather than a top 10. Roscoe coming over the line as well. Then of course DRS are just on the finish, the start timing line, isn't it? Which is actually the finish line, of course. As we come down into turn 1, then. Good stuff indeed then from Roscoe there, looking very neat and tidy as well then. Accelerating where you got yellow flags then is I think it's Hogg who is he Hogg is cruising then. I think he was just letting the Ferrari out the way. He was indeed then. That was just Steve then, the provisional pole sitter at the moment. He's a 10th a second in front of Maxi in second position, with Hogg in a fantastic third position at the moment. Hogg is looking very strong once again then. Can he get himself back onto the performance he's seen earlier on in the season then? It'd be really good indeed, wouldn't it, for Hogg then? And his qualifying performances over the course of the season have been absolutely magnificent. Race trim as well then. I think it's tailed off slightly, hasn't it, for Hogg then, but he's very much back in the ball game here tonight, isn't he? Good stuff indeed then. Just watching there, Roscoe at the moment there. Roscoe's been on fine form as well as of late, hasn't he? He's really been impressed there. He's had 7 podiums as well this season, Roscoe has, and a lot of them have come very late on this season, haven't they? Russia was another good performance there from Roscoe, wasn't it? And I think he's had 4 podiums in a row, hasn't he? Azerbaijan, the British Grand Prix, the Brazilian Grand Prix, and the Russian Grand Prix there. Roscoe is on very fine form at the moment, isn't he? And he's third fastest then, and he's 4 tenths a second away from Maxi, 5 tenths a second away from the pole sitter state one, and on board with Asdog then, as he's a former pole sitter as well in the IRC. Currently, he's having a less than spectacular season, isn't he? Asdog is, but he's in the Alfa Romeo now, then, isn't he? And I feel that it's tail end. Now we're going to see the best of the race winner, the former race winner as well. Of course, I think he had 2 Grand Prix wins last season, didn't he, Asdog? As he flies into the final corner, so then out of the Parabolica for Asdog. His teammate is only 5th fast at the moment. Asdog then out Parabolica as well. He is 7th fast at the moment, and Asdog gets that. Matt there is just starts out and coming through Curva Grande as well. Then before coming into the the second chicane, I should say. I don't know where I am now. I might need to get my GPS out then. Matt then coming into the first lesson as well. We're on board there. Look at how much, that's a beautiful corner, isn't it? We nailed it right. It just absolutely feels splendid, doesn't it? Second lesson as well. A bit slower there, a bit tighter on the exit as well there. We have seen plenty of cars go off there over the years in IRC and other divisions there. It's been a very incident packed corner, hasn't it? Like this one here is at Scar as well. We've seen Val having a big smash there. We've also seen Josh there in the wall of the exit there, but he went right down here then. Matt there, the back end was trying to overtake the front end. The back end wanted to escape, but Matt there was taming it as he comes down the Parabolica as well. In the background is T. Sammy then, who's currently 5th fastest at the moment then. He's got a bit of work to do, hasn't he? He is almost a second beyond the pole sitter at the moment then. Now Matt comes across the line, and he is 4th fastest then, and a good time indeed there for Matt, and he's a whisker in front of Hogg there by 500 to a second and half a tenth there in front of Hogg. Very nip and tuck indeed then. Asdog's on a much better second run though, I gotta say that. He's 8 tenths of a second up there in the second intermediate split time out of the final turn as well, and let's see what Asdog can do. That is 5th fastest there, and goodness me, that was a good performance there from Asdog there. Welcome to the party, pal. Brilliant stuff indeed then from Asdog, and right up there as well then. And of course I have watched John McClane in the last day or two. No, I do love Bad. Just watching T. Sammy as well then, as he is just come through the second chicane chicane as well. Matt is 2 seconds up in the second chicane, but oh goodness me, as he's now coming down. I thought he was slow there. That was a very deceiving camera angle as well. He is 2.1 seconds up there as well. He's as light as a feather. Matt is with 3.5 minutes to go. He's invalidated his time now, and I got to really tone it down a bit, I think, because I needed to probably need to look at them up there. Just watching the T Sammy as well, and goodness me, getting very close. Oh my word, as he's now done the back straight as well. He's 7 fastest there. He is one of only 2 men in the 20s at the moment, and that's along with sprint as well. T Sammy and sprint are not on the best of qualifying performances at the moment, but what can the world champion do then? Of course, never count this man out as he's out of the final turn then. Let's see what T Sammy can do. It is third fastest then, so he's back in it, but he's still the margin is still much too big than what T Sammy wants it to be there. He is still he's about 0.3 of a second away at the moment as he flies through the first chicane there. Oh, there's a Rizzle Sticks there. Riz on board of him as he caught the car just coming out of the sky there. Poor Rizzle Sticks there. Goodness me, then that was definitely was livening up his lap there. He was on a good lap as well, but looks at the first fight, but looks at the second split there. That's a shame for Rizzle Sticks then. And I wonder if he's got enough time in the old piggy bank. He hasn't, has he? Well, he's got enough time, but not enough fuel, I should say. That he's in the pits there. That's unfortunate. Hog is out then quite early on then for a second run as well. Can T Sammy come in and come back out? He is cruising down the coming to the Oscari chicane as well, but I think that it might be I think it's a bit too much of a big asset. Out of the pits there comes Maxi as well then. Can Maxi get his nice pole position of his season then? Hog then break this glowing there, very hot indeed as it comes through Oscari then. Let's see then what he can do in the remainder of the lap as well. We're on board with Hog then as he flies down then into the second chicane as well. Josh said, yeah, I clipped the curb. I was trying to hug the car. I was 9/10 of a second up, 9/10 of a second quicker before I got down to that area. So what a shame for Josh. Said 9/10 of a second I think would have been in the ballpark and getting through in the qualifying free then. So well, that was a shame there for Josh then. Absolutely well, that's a big pity indeed. I think Josh has already been in qualifying free this season, hasn't he? So second appearance would have been absolutely brilliant for him, wouldn't it? But he is in 13th position now, and he can definitely score points from that. And can Josh do it? That is the question, isn't it? And let's see what else is going to happen here tonight. Can Hog get himself higher up than the fourth row of the grid as well? Sprint is back out on the circuit as well. We've got 70 seconds left of the qualifying session, and some people are going to have to really start to get a gear on it, because they are at the moment and they're going to make it. Hog coming across the line. He's third fastest there, and once again then Hog is another brilliant time there from the Renault driver, and absolutely spectacular stuff indeed. Has he got enough fuel for another run then? He hasn't got enough time, has he? Because it looks like he has cruised T Sammy is full fastest here tonight then, and of course he's 27 points behind Maxi. That is not what he wants at all. I think Maxi's just started his lap as well. Rizzle Sticks is back out on circuit, but he's invalidated his time then. We've also got Sprint starting his lap. We've got Roscoe, we've got Matt also starting as well. This is going to get very tasty indeed, isn't it? So watching Maxi's a 10th a second up. That is at the moment, that is just about enough. I feel just about it. Maxi flying past me there, and wow, look at that then, he flies past me again then. Oh, I'm loving it. And he's almost a 10th and a half up in the second split then, from 96 then out of Ascari as well. That's the problem corner. The sun is starting to bathe the track once again then. Maxi is down the back straight then. He's got one more corner to go, and there's a teammate in the foreground. He ain't gonna bother him too much then. Maxi then flinging it into Parabolica. He is out of the final turn as well, and also another driver is taking it very tight, isn't he? They usually run out wide then, but does Maxi? Oh, he is so close, but he's not on pole position, is he? He is less than a 10th of a second behind there. Goodness gracious me then. It is very close indeed then. Steve is a 10th of a second down in the second intermediate split sector there, so I think that Steve might be done on this one, but I think Matt is having a bit of a cheeky slipstream here, isn't he? Because I don't think Steve is going to be able to improve as he's in the final turn. Look at all those cars there. It's about 5 seconds, isn't it, the dirty air around here, which also means you won't be able to get a cheeky slipstream then. Matt out of the final turn as well. Steve comes across the line, and he has improved there, but a minuscule of times there, so Steve has improved there. He's lowered the benchmark, and we've got Roscoe who's having a third fastest, absolutely spectacular stuff, and here comes Sprint, he's 7th fastest, but it is Steve on pole position there for the 4th time in a season. Brilliant something. He was 20th last season. This season he starts at the front end, and that is well, a complete change of worlds there, isn't it? Good stuff indeed there from Steve. And yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff indeed then. So Steve is on pole position by 96 hundredths of a second. That is Maxi's number there, isn't it? So I'm wondering if that might be a omen there perhaps then. But yeah, Steve is on pole position now. He started 20th last season. Tonight he is less than a tenth of a second away. And it is Maxi and Steve there, the front row. Third position is Roscoe. Fourth position is Hogg. Brilliant performance there from Hogg. He's my star of qualifying, if that makes any earthly odds to him, which it probably doesn't. T. Sammy in fifth with Maxi, Matt in sixth position. Sprinting 7th with Asdog 8th position, 9th is Rizzle Sticks, and we got Val in 10th position as we start this we finish this qualifying session, and we're about to get racing for the Italian Grand Prix. As Patrick has said that, hello. Of course, I think he was my commentating partner, wasn't he, back in the Hungarian Grand Prix last season. I'm sure he was also in the German Grand Prix as well, and he did also appear in the Elite, didn't he, for a couple of races as well. Had a fantastic strike rate, didn't he? I think his lowest position he ever finished was second, wasn't it? I'm just on a breather. Whew. Right then, you can see then all the cars are out of the garages now. Then we've got 19 cars out on the circuit. The final countdown is on then. I'm about to get my old guitar out then as well. As I'm going to play a bit of Europe. So I am an 80s baby. Right then. Here we go then. So of course again a lovely sunshine here in Monza, but you see it's I wouldn't say it's the most convincing of skies there. It's a bit blue, but it's a bit murky, isn't it, over in yonder. Right then, here we go then, as the start of the formation lap is upon us as well. We'll go through the grid from front to back, from Steve all the way down to 19th position there, which is PB then. So we've got a Haas bookend in the front and the back then. Good stuff indeed then. And let's go then through the grid there as well. And we've also got to take a look at those tires as well. We have medium and the soft tires. There's no hard tires in sight at all then. So Steve on pole position as well. Someone going to the barrier there. Oh dear. Someone has got. I'm sure someone did go in the bar there, didn't they? Goodness me. Right, so Steve's on pole position then for the Italian Grand Prix. He started last this season. Tonight he's on pole. Max is alongside him on row one. Third position is Roscoe with Hogg in fourth position, and T. Sammy is in fifth position, the world champion. Sixth is Matt then. His teammate Sprint's been disqualified from the formation lap. Asdog in eighth position. Ninth is Rizzle Sticks with Val in 10th position now. The last time we seen Val, he crashed, didn't he, heavily at the Mascara chicane now. He needs to get out of his head quite quickly. Mason in 11th position there with Fizzy in 12th position there. 13th position is Josh there. Unfortunately, had an issue also with Mascara chicane, the same issue as Val, didn't he, just further run down. 14th is Timmy there. Timmy is going to be in the mid-pack here. JJ is in 15th. We have Penny who's 16th. We've got Double 17th. 18th is Gaz. 19th is PB. Those are your 19 starters out for the Italian Grand Prix. We have 27 laps in around here as well. This is going to be the quickest race of the calendar, isn't it? Even with safety cars and virtual safety cars then. We got Mincinado saying go T Sammy then as well then. I hope I said it right. If I didn't, I absolutely apologise as well, but I struggle to say my name to be honest. So just so we're on board now with PB. So at the moment Steve's on medium tires along with Matt there. So everyone else around Steve is on the soft tires. That's going to be an advantage off the start then. But is that going to be an advantage in the long term run? Well, we'll find out then in the next couple of minutes or so then. And there is the pit stop prediction there. It is going to be one stop, whether to soft to hard or medium to soft or soft to medium. We have also we've also got then on the so yeah, that's the medium tire set also for Fizzy and for Double and PB. Everyone else is on the soft tires then. Right then, as we're coming on the phone, turn on board Steve then as well. He is fourth in the world championship, and then Sprint has gone up into third after the last races. Max is inside Steve. Goodness me. Oh gosh, that's not very. At least we're past the watershed, everyone. Goodness gracious me then. Right then, is Steve then is now coming then into the start of pole position then. He is on the medium tires then, so he is going to have an almighty start there to keep in front of Maxi. He is on the soft tires, he is on the medium tires then. This is going to be fun there. Right then, now we are getting ready for the start of the Italian Grand Prix. All cars are being lined up then. We're just watching Steve's teammate. It's PB then. PB has only took part in 2 qualifying sessions, I think, this season. He's not a fan of qualifying, is he? We're about to get racing then for the Italian Grand Prix. We're only 2 laps into this. Now we're 1 lap as well then. Right then, to veg forward slightly then. It's now I'm just waiting for those lights. And there they are then. And we have a full set of 5 lights then. And here we go for the Italian Grand Prix. And there's a lot of wheel spin. And Max is already going in front, has he? Yes, he has. He takes the lead then. See, he's dropped down to second. They've also got Roscoe alongside as well. And Roscoe is side by side with Steve going into turn 1 then. And look at this then as well. Steve's on the outside, but off the inside then. Oh, and they've also given a good old brush as well. Hogg is in 4th position still. Look at this. It's wheel to wheel and his ass dog and Matt. Val's had a great start. He's having the 10th position as well as they come through. Curb and Grande as well. And look at this as well. Matt then is swoop back through and back up to 3rd position as well. We've also got 58th position. Look at these cars and look at these cars. They're all over the show, aren't they, as they come down to the second chicane. As well. Oh, Max T Sammy's off the circuit there. He's done a Vettel. He is spun in the second chicane. Oh goodness me, then that's not going to turn then. And oh no, then it's T Sammy there right at the back, and that's not good at all. And Max here has had the dream start. He is now pulling away then from the rest of the field in the 2nd and a half already in this race. Absolutely brilliant something there. Rizzle stakes out Josh, and we got Timmy as well. Timmy is alongside. Oh my gosh! Oh, this is going to get very fruitful indeed. They're going into the Oscar chicane. Josh is going to look no quite then, and just keeping their heads at Val's drop down the as well as his teammates go through. And look at this, Sprint is also sprinting past him as well. Look at this, they go alongside going into the Parabolica. And what a start to this race then. And I've got to say, that's absolutely peach perfect, isn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed there to come through the complete lap 1 then. Max is in by 1.6 seconds already then, as we got the normal tower there just jumping around up and get down. So just on board there now, so they come into the first chicane as well. And once again, as we've got a bit of ghostly as well, haven't we? Goodness me. As gosh there, and just take a look then at the come through Curva Grande as well then. And look, this Roscoe is currently all over the back at the moment, isn't it? Goodness me, very much all over the back lane. Look at this, he's pulling up there from the Feder Steve, but Steve is saying no dice at the moment there as he goes through the second chicane as well. As I was trying to work out how to get the penalties on there, as of course that it might be a factor later on this race as well. We're on board then, as look, there's T7 there is playing catch up now as they were just watching this back. Look, there's Maxi, and he's on the Sunday driver. Oh, lovely stuff indeed there, but it's all hard to keep behind him. Look at this, we got Roscoe, and we got Steve as well. And the biggest move for his Fizzy is up 5 positions. Brilliant stuff indeed. T-Sam dropping down 4 positions, unfortunately. So that's a big shame, isn't it? On board then with Roscoe at the moment, as you can see, again a bit of a power slide there out of the Ascara chicane then, and coming down the back straight once again then. Look at this then, so the soft tires are definitely the peak performing tire at this moment in time, isn't it? Which is good stuff indeed. It's also what you expect as well. So Steve's just got to ride this wave of pressure there, isn't he, before he can get himself back out. The only problem he's got though is that now there is going to be a DRS there activated and on this lap, so I don't see he's going to have to restarts the Fed now. See Roscoe had showing the nose cone there, but I think he was just trying to distract Steve. But see is a very experienced driver, isn't he? Six coming down then into the first chicane as well, then Val, and we've also got Tim as well, and also fighting away. Look at these battling cars here at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed. That Timmy is gone up to 11th position. He's made up a couple positions there. Timmy has he started 14th. He's now to 11th position. Then good stuff indeed there for Timmy. There. He needs to just keep his nose clean, doesn't he? At this stage of proceedings, and there's 2 racing points out. Look at this. And see it drop down then. Roscoe is up into a second position there at the second chicane now. And see it's dropped down there. Hogg is off the circuit there. Goodness me, he's trying to get back on the circuit. That was very close there. Goodness me. And look at this as Matt is now all over the back. Hogg there going 2 wide in the first as well. Matt there's also thrown it up into overtake as well. They go side by side, then going up into the Ascara chicane. And Hogg there is just trying to get all the rubbish off his tires as well. Alstock's doing a really good job at the moment though, isn't he? He's up into 4th position. Good some detail for Alstock. We got Val and Josh. Oh goodness me, no Val. Josh is off the circuit and he's off. He's lost the whole wing. Josh has. And it was going side by side on the Ascara chicane. We got a safety car. And that's quite a That's quite a soft safety car, isn't it? Goodness me. I've also got Matt and Hog then. Did Matt get past Hog? And Hog there is struggling. What's going on with Hog? Is he got some issues there in the Renault? He is peeling off into the pits, Hog is, but so is everyone else there. I know who is. So Maxi is staying up. Roscoe has come into the pits, and they're on the Red Bull mechanics, and they are going to work. And they are putting on the hard compound tire there from the Red Bull. Out of the pit lane he goes now. And away he goes there. We've also got into the pits there comes Steve. Sorry, Asdog as well, and he is on the medium tires then. Good some D then. Steve is also in the pits as well then. So Steve there is rolling the dice there straight from the get-go, and he is now gone from the medium to the hard tires then. Remember the safety cars caused anarchy last season. Into the pits comes Josh then. We think he's the perpetrator beyond this safety car. He's also on to change the nose cone on that as well, and so is T. Summers, and T. Summers did have damage there, and he is dropped. He's at the back at the moment. But remember where Steve was last season. This track, you can overtake on this track. Probably one of the easiest tracks to overtake on this season as well. So Max at the moment leads. Then he hasn't come in the pits. Then is he going to? Of course, he's got to deal to the safety car Delta now. I wonder if he might come in the pits this time around. Then Fizzy and Matt have not come in the pits, and nor a sprint to Timmy or Penny. Doubled. Oh, goodness me! A drive-through penalty for Val, and that is not a good. That's not good at all. So that's our first penalty of proceedings. Well, you can see DT means a drive through there for Val. That is not good at all, is it? So Val then, unfortunately, that is one of the harshest penalties you can get, isn't it? So that's a big blow. On board then with Max then, so he got to peel off into the pits. Indeed he is then. So the race leader then is coming into the pits. He's also the championship leader as well. His closest championship participant is T. Sammy. He is down in 90th position around the Ferrari mechanics around the pits. What tires it? They are hard tires for the Ferrari. He comes in and changing those tires as well. He's coming out of the pits. And where is he going to come out? Penny is also coming in the pits as well. And there's a big gap, isn't it? So Maxi is still in good position there, isn't it? Albeit he pitted a lap or two lap later, didn't he? Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. That's a hard set of PB. I thought that was Steeder coming through then. There's PB who also hasn't pitted either then. He is in 10th position then. Roscoe up into 8th fed. And look at this. They're right behind Maxi then. So this is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? Don't go anywhere, guys. This is going to be absolutely cracking. On the pits now comes Penny as well. There's too many P's, isn't there? Hog in the 11th position as well. And Penny has had a great. He's got a penalty though, Penny has. But Penny is up in the 12th position there. Goodness me, he's really snuck under the radar there, hasn't he, Penny? Good stuff indeed. He's on the hard tires. We got a mixture of we got all kinds of compound tires out there now. Lovely stuff indeed. We've got all 3 tire compounds in use then, haven't we? We have got 2 men on soft tires. Last sprint and Timber, they're going to definitely be racing hard on the get-go, aren't they? We got and then we've got a mixture of hard and that's medium tires, haven't we? And Armstrong and Hog, Gaz, JJ and T. Sammy all went on the medium tires then. Everyone else who came in the pits is on the hard tire at the moment then. So Burma Lander there is just leading us around at the moment then. So I think we're going to have one more lap then. I think we might have one more lap then before we go back racing here in the Italian Grand Prix then. Of course, safety car came out because we've seen Josh there going off at the Scottish King, and probably a virtual safety car would have been suffice for that because Josh was not in the wall. He wasn't buried in the wall, was he? So I think a virtual safety car. But to me, I love it because it just means we're shaking it up a bit, and we don't need to shake it up more, but I want to shake it as much as we can, of course, because yes, I do love the extra drama. Safety car is not coming, by the way then, so let's take stock then, shall we? We're on lap 6 of the Italian Grand Prix. Safety car already. Josh then, who unfortunately went side by side with Val. Unfortunately, both those two looks like they came off worse. Unfortunately, Josh lost the whole wing then. That's really shook up the grid at the moment then. The top 6 has not pitted at the moment, and the top 6 are, as it stands, Matt leads the race. He won last time out, didn't he? And second position is Fizzy. Third position is Sprinting. Fourth position is Timmy. They're both on soft tires. Fifth position is Double. With 6 is PB, medium tires. Those top 6 have not pitted yet. Now we come to the pitted runners then. Maxi, who came in a lap later, he is in 7th position then. He was the race leader then. Roscoe in 8th position then. 9th is Steve then. He was the man who was on pole position then. He was on the medium tires. He dropped down 2 positions off the get-go. 11th position, 10th position is Asdog. Having a superb drive so far. 11th position is Hog then. Penny is in 12th position. Good stuff indeed then. Rizzlesticks in 13th there with Mason in 14th. Gaz is in 15th. We got Val in 16th. We're watching him on the camera now. 17th position is JJ. 18th is Josh. And then 19th is the world champion T Simon, who was half spun at the first chicane, didn't he? I'm not sure if it was a failed incident or not, then, but I did describe him as a Vettel the first time around then, as he was in exactly the same position then. As JJ is doing a really cool warming up of tires there. Goodness me, that lovely stuff indeed. Then how he was sliding along the track there was absolutely beautiful stuff indeed there from JJ. Of course, you regular fans of the IRC then will be wondering, why is JJ in the Red Bull tonight then? I think JJ just fancied the change, didn't he? Safety cars in the end of this lap as well. Beautiful stuff indeed then. But yeah, JJ just fancied the change, didn't he? So he's decided to go into the Red Bull tonight. Can he get himself off the mark then? Along with Josh as well. Williams have not scored yet, and nor is Gaz either. Those are the 3 drivers that I'm keeping my eye on tonight, along with the other 16 drivers or so. Right then. Remember last season we had a lot of issues, didn't we, under safety car? And look at how much they're bunched up then. But Matt then is not stamping on the brakes, is he, and going and stamping. That is not allowed, is it? But but this is your you are now the de facto safety car. We are racing. Let's go then as well then. So Fizzy there going over the top of my toupee then. We're back racing as well. See us through. See us past Maxi as well. Max is on the pole inside it, but look at this. And it's Maxi's back through. What a blow. Steiner, goodness me. I know, look at this. I wonder if Steiner might jump the gun slightly there, but look at this, it's PB. Now we got double as well. Oh, goodness me, then. Oh, they've contact. There's contact then with PB. And Steve's trying to go on the outside double. Oh, double's going to run him wide there. There's contact. Steve is off. Steve's in the wall. He's in the wall. Him and Roscoe. It was getting very powerless in turn 1 there. And Steve's damaged the car. Oh, no, that's not good at all. I know who's out. We got Penny as well, then, who's dropped down the order. Oh, goodness me, what's going on? Oh, my goodness me. What has gone on? I think Gals has gone off in a huge way, and JJ has gone off as well. We seen something in the background, and oh my goodness me! And JJ there is trying to get back. I think is he damaged? There's something wrong with the car for JJ. Has he got puncture? I think he's got puncture. And goodness me then. Oh gosh, there, what's going on here then? Oh my god, that's Penny off the circle as well then. And he's oh goodness me, it's all anarchy isn't in this. Who's that then? That's JJ. Yeah, he's got a puncture, hasn't he? And that's a shame now for JJ. So goodness me, he looked in the background. There's a car that went right into the barrier out of 4. Oh my gosh, sir! And what was that? That was Mason. Mason's off the circle as well. It's anarchy at the start of this, at the start of the restart of the safety car here. And how is none of these have been safety cars is beyond me. Goodness me. And we're on that plate, and it's look at this head. So and for all that, Max is on the 5th position as well at the moment. We've got two Renault drivers at the 8th and 9th position about it. Rizzlesticks is on Roscoe into the pits then, as he must have had damage there after the incident with himself and see as well. Red Bull mechanics are back at it, so now he's on the medium tires. And look, the Red Bull wing air is available, and he comes and he's now just sort of as well. Gaz is up for session then after having a huge incident as well. T Sammy is now in the 13th position then after all the anarchy in that one there. So I think T Sammy might be looking after those tyres now, as he might be trying to extend the stint then as well. Rizzlesticks that is. We've also got PB there, who is just dropping down the as well. And look at this, Hog is all over the back of PB then, as we're coming into the first Lesmo as well then. Action packed up and down the circuit round, and great stuff indeed then. And I've got to say, it's a very controlled start then. But when the safety car came in, goodness me, then we had a massive incident with Gaz and JJ. Absolutely horrific incident. We also had the incident between Steve and Roscoe as well. Two big names in this Italian Grand Prix right at the back of the field now as well. And that is not good, is it? On board then with Hog at the moment, and his Hog is just drifting around the Ascara chicane now. So I felt like the rear wing was going, but Hog wasn't even concerned, was he? And T Samuel is just getting by Josh as well. And T Samuel is got the world champion is now for the 30th position. He's got a long way to go, and Doris has been enabled. And oh goodness me, then as T Samuel swoops past the Williams driver and up into 12th position now into the pits. There comes Val then, and Val is he damaged the wing then? Just taking a look at this. A bit of a long shot here from the coming in there. It doesn't look like he's damaged wing then, but these wings are so refined, aren't they? It's very difficult. And look at this Timmy, who is I gotta say avoided the it's oh goodness me then. And look at this it's Fizzy then is now then all over the back of Matt. Timmy, who's avoided the all the carnage so far. Hog has passed PB and moved up into 7th position as well. Good stuff indeed then. Yeah, Timmy, as I mentioned, he's for third time anyway. He, of course, he's just drove, got around, then avoided the carnage, and now he's right over the back of the two medium shot cars of Matt and Fizzy. At the moment, Fizzy, I think, might have the pace over Matt, but catching is one thing, passes quite another as the incredible and the great Murray Walker says that. Really, absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Look at this as we go drifting over the chicane as well. Fizzy there, goodness me, that he was going very well. Look at Sprint in the background there, just keeping an eye on things as well. Oh my goodness, really, then, as T7 there just sneaking by Razor Sticks in the Ascara chicane now. Gosh, that was quite close, wasn't it? As there's still starting to be a bit of field spread at the moment in the Italian Grand Prix, which is good for me because I can keep an eye on what's going on. Pit window is open. JJ has a 3-second penalty. So we've got 2 penalties in the field now. We've got Penny and we got JJ as well as we come down into the chicane then. So then at the moment then, I wonder how long these soft tires are going to last for. Look in the background, and that is what the Italian, that's what the Tifosi fans want to see, is it? There he is, it's Maxi in 5th position. Where's your Ferrari driver, here you ask? He's currently in 11th position, Rizzle Stick 10, who's 6 seconds behind the world champion T. Sammy. PB is back through, oh my goodness me, and PB is back through, then we're on board there with Hog then, and I wonder if PB just had a really good run off the first chicane now, and almost I'm definitely caught Hog a bit surprised at that one there. PB there is looking in a fine form at the moment. Good 17 there for PB. He hasn't scored a point now, I think, since Australia, has he? So it'd be good to see PB also back in the points as well. Look at this. Oh goodness me, then Fizzy there is getting right underneath the rear wing of Matt. Then Steve set the fast up the race. He's right down the back of the field at the moment there. So he's only just crossed the line. Steve has the man who's on pole with this now right in the right strong strong at the moment there, isn't he? As look at how close they are to, I thought they'd gone off, and look at these 5 cars. We've got Matt, Fizzy, Timmy, Sprint and Maxi as well. 4 seconds back is Asdog in 5th but 6th position, I should say then. And he's having a good drive, Asdog is, isn't he? Because remember, these guys got pit, so he's de facto second at the moment, isn't he? And that's my favourite word tonight. Timmy's in the pits then. So Timmy comes into the pits then from the McLaren team, so he's going to be right in the right in the mid-pack now, isn't he? And look at this, it's Fizzy there just fainting to the inside there, just to see if Matt was just watching his wing mirrors, wasn't he? But I don't, of course, Matt there, he's a wily veteran, isn't he, Matt? I don't think he's going to be concerned about what Fizzy does then at this moment in time, then, but he might be concerned next time around then. Oh, look at this, he's going on the chicane as well then, but look, double out the fender forwards with that Ferrari that was charging in, wasn't it? Accelerating out there. Fizzy is at the moment dropping back slightly, isn't he? As Matt there has got the high ground at the moment then, but yeah, so I think Fizzy was too far back on the opening, on the going down turn one, was he? That's what I meant then. But of course, they also have arrows, don't they? Point down to tell where the driver is behind him. So that's why Matt wasn't going to be too concerned at the moment then, as those arrows would not have been red at that time then. See, he's setting up fast up the race. He's really tearing up the track at the moment now. Isn't he? In 17th position now. He's 13 seconds behind Roscoe at the moment then. As we're on board with T. Sammy. He's back up to 9th position at the moment then, after having a horror first opening couple of laps. So he's back in the points then, T. Sammy. It's good stuff indeed then. Where can he go from here is the question now. And Double Down is on the long first stint at the moment, isn't he? He is one of a select drivers. I think there was about 5 in the end, wasn't it? He decided not to pit at this stage, and so he's staying out as well. But I think that I might need to be turning my attention to this battle here. And look at this, and now Fizzy is gaining. Oh my goodness me! Look at that! AlphaTauri behind there. My goodness me! And he's got a rocket ship there. And Fernando Alonso there was a bit critical of the rocket ship in Hungary 1 year, wasn't he? Oh goodness me! But that's not close enough, but they're all concertining up now. Asdog's in the pits. What's happened to Asdog? And that's a shame for Asdog, because I thought he was getting fine, Vettel there. I wonder if that might be a strategical. Oh no, he's damaged the wing, Asdog has. And once again, it's the commentator's curse and struck again. That's it for Asdog. And look at this. And once again, the AlphaTauris are absolutely showing some great form this season. They are the team of the season. They really are. Really good stuff indeed then. And they're currently now first and third at the moment. Brilliant stuff indeed then. As we're on board. Oh, it's looking sprint then. He's got wide. That's Maxi's opportunity then. And they're side by side then going under the Oda bank in this one. Oh, goodness me. Look at this. Wheel to wheel. This is fantastic. Is it? They're almost a dead heat there. But Sprint has got the inside. He keeps a forward position there. Just about that. Oh, goodness me then as well then. So, yeah, Sprint had a problem then. Out of the second left one. But luckily at the inside going into the Ascar chicane, and Matt is now going to be really concerned about Fizzy. I said he wasn't a couple of laps ago. Goodness me, he has changed his mind now. Oh, I think he has anyway. He might not be too worried, but I think he should be there because he's now 4/10 of a second away. But he does have very good straight line speed, doesn't he? Fizzy there. I wonder if he's carrying a bit more, downforce on that Mercedes package at the moment, because he's really good in the second intermediate, isn't he? And look at these 4 cars once again. Constantine up, absolutely brilliant. 70 Timmy Sammy is now side by side with PB, and he's got past PB. PB is down 10th position, but he's having a good race still. PB is and just keeping it on his strategy as well. Mason's just got passed by Timmy as well. And this is a race there which could be very much about major points there for some of the drivers that might not have been expecting points there, but we've still got 18 cars in this race. Oh, it's Sprint there going off again, but he's done 12 laps on those soft tires, doing a really good job as well. Yannis said, evening guys, what a great race till now. It's been fantastic, hasn't it? And it's very much then who is going to be able to who's going to have the advantage as well. And Maxie's been in the pits out of the first 4 drives, and Hog is in 7th position. He's 7 seconds back at the moment now. T Sammy is now only 9 seconds away from this gaggle of cars, and on the medium tires as well. Is that going to be a factor then? There's a lot of factors that we need to take into consideration there, as we're only on lap 13, and there are still a half away, so half the race left, isn't there? Matt is having a very good lap this time around, isn't he? As Fizzy is dropping back slightly then. I'm wondering then if Fizzy is now doing a bit of harvesting. Let's go on board the Mercedes driver, shall we? And you can see that his bar is not going green then, so I think he is doing a bit of harvesting this time around. Maxie's passed, sprinted into the pits then. Now then, Maxie on the hard tires then. Let's see what he can do then from that end. So he's now got the 2 medium runners who did not come in the pits there, who are now on his radar as well. So Sprint comes in the pits and going on to the medium tires then. The safety car has not deviated his original strategy 1 iota, has it? So he's out of the pits now. And who is that then? A Sprinted double. And goodness me, the Sprint there is absolutely flying past. There's a free car. There's a free abreast car. No, not quite. And now he's Josh in that finish, but Timmy is down the inside. Oh my word. Oh, look at this. He's getting very. Oh, he's forced him off the circuit. Timmy is off the circuit. Oh gosh, there, and Mason also going to the side as well. Josh very robust there, isn't he? Oh goodness me. And Timmy there unfortunately was in the gravel area, which probably the place where he didn't want to be, was unfortunate for Timmy. Back at the front end as well, and goodness me, so Timmy to back down into 12th position. Where did Sprint come out and all that? He is in 30th position at the moment, and he's only a second behind that battling quartet that we just seen on screen there. So Sprint is going to make it 5, isn't it? Oh gosh, so that is going to be something to definitely keep an eye on in the not too distant future. Mason's now coming up to the back of his teammate as well. Maxie's also showing the nose cone in Fizzy's wing, in Fizzy's mirrors as well, but Fizzy there is but Fizzy then, let's see what he does then. Matt's in the pits then, so Matt is now thought this is the best time to come in the pits then, so he is in the pits then, and now then Maxie is going for the lead then. What can Fizzy do? Has he got any defence there? Maxie is side by side. Maxie takes the lead at the Italian Grand Prix, and yes, he's got it slowed down as well. T Sammy's now got some clear air as well then. Look at this as well, and so now we got to Timmy's now with the 10th position as well. Matt is coming out of the pits then, but I think he's going to be up behind this gaggle of cars, isn't he? Where is Matt? There he is then. He's coming out now. He's in front then. He's in front. Oh my goodness me, but he doesn't want to look back because look at what's going on behind him. Oh my goodness me. Timmy is now in the 10th position there. Sprinter 11th position. Mason 12th in. Penny has dropped down to 13th after all that action has gone on then. Ooh. Matt is going on the outside of Josh then. Josh then is on the inside, so Matt is on the outside. He's on the soft tires. That's double. That's Matt. He's up into 8th position then. Josh going down into 9th position now. He's having a good race, Josh, though, isn't he? He's very much in the thick of things at the moment, isn't he? And I'm very much enjoyed it. It's brilliant, isn't it? Now, Sprint, no, this is the time where I need to clear air, isn't it? Because potentially this might swing back into the AlphaTauri's advantage then later on this race. And Timmy there is also on a similar strategy to Sprint, albeit he's got 3 more lappage there. Matt has got to go a very long way on the soft tires. That's 12 laps he's got to do then. This is going to get very interesting indeed then for Matt. Of course, he won the Russian Grand Prix last week. And he's going to have to be very much twinkle toes around here for the rest of the race, isn't he, if he doesn't want those tires to fall apart. going into the parabolica as well. Then PB's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. PB is in 6th position on that, so that's going to be a brutal penalty in the end then. Look at this, a run board sprint as well as once again, and they're gaining on each other. Oh my goodness me, and look at this, Josh is in 8th position moment, but he's going to be feeling the wrath of sprint. Oh, and Timmy's got his pop out as well. Oh my goodness me, and Josh there is going, oh, he spun it as he knows. He's just had a bit of a Tokyo drift for brilliant stuff indeed. Now Timmy and Josh, they were side by side to turn one, now they're side by side through curve and grande as well. And look at this, and so Josh down to 10th position, and oh my goodness me, Josh got swiftly knows he's going to have a lunge there into turn into the second chicane. Not quite then. And Timmy is now past Josh and moved up into 9th position. Sprint is up into 8th position, and his teammate's just in front, but his teammate is on the soft tires, and he's now right on the gearbox of a double as well. So that's going to get very interesting indeed. And there's on board there. Double then is fading to left, and double, of course, there. He is on a different strategy, isn't he? And at the moment, double is in 7th position moment as well. Just needs to keep his nose clean. Potentially there could be some points on the horizon then for the Renault driver as well. So I almost swallowed my tongue. On board Mason at the moment, and there's Josh then, who is fighting hard, isn't he, in that Williams there. He is still trying to get some points, isn't he, but now he's got the Force India, nope, the Racing Point behind them, as they have been Racing Point for the last 2 years. So no, I'm still calling them Racing Point, Force India, and now he's on the outside there. Mason, a good move there from Mason, very well controlled indeed then. Now what about Penny then, as he goes up and under Josh as well, as look at this indeed then. So Josh then is falling back slightly now. I wonder if this is Josh on the same live for Tardo as the guys around him at the moment. We were both on the about 12-11 laps each then. So I wonder what's going on with Josh at the moment. Oh goodness me! Oh, he's gone right into the back of the Racing Point, and he has damaged the car. Oh dear, that's not good at all. Where's Penny? Penny is had to skate across the chicane as well. He's gone right into the back of him there. You misjudged his braking point, and Penny there is what's happened to Penny? Is he trying to come back on? Is he got an issue there? Is there more damage? No, he's I think he's away then, but that's not good at all. We also sent a overtake further up, and I'm not sure who it was, to be honest. I was like kind of looking the other way. I think it might have been T. Sammy on Hog. And now then, as we're on board, Matt is now very close to the back of Sticks. And look at Sprint now. Oh, goodness me! Oh my goodness me! I thought he was into the back of double there. I thought it was going to be an airplane crash. I think we've already had one tonight there with gas, but goodness me, but Sprint now up into 7th position as well. Look at this. Now Rizzle Sticks out into the pits, comes Fizzy then. So Fizzy is coming to the pits almost 3 laps later than Matt, hasn't he? So let's see what we can do then. So Maxi at the moment, it's got quite a decent gap then over T. Sammy in 2nd position, but Rizzle Sticks is off the track there. Rizzle Sticks is right off the track there, and oh goodness me, that he is spinning around then, and I'm not sure what happened there. I wonder if he just got distracted slightly with something, but that's a big blow for Rizzle Sticks, isn't it? And he's going to go to the end of those hard tires, but he's lost an awful amount of time, hasn't he? Asdog and Val are now going to be in close company as well. Not anymore, because Asdog is through to 9th position and passes Val, I should say, and up into 9th position then. Rizzle then down to 11th position. We also got Roscoe in 12th position, PB30. We've got double coming on the pits as well. We've got is that Steeder who's getting it's Steeder getting past Penny as well. And look at this, and there's a Val then. Look, T. Sammy, I thought I said it the other way around there, but it looks like T. Sammy is back behind Hog at the moment then, and now Matt is in 4th position and Sprint 5th, Fizzy 6th, Timmy in 7th position, and Mason 8th, and 9th is Asdog, Val in 10th position with Rizzle Sticks in 11th position. We have got a charge in at Roscoe in 12th position. We've got Steve in 14th position at the moment then, and we've got fresh soft tires for PB, for Double, and for Josh. So keep an eye on those tires as well. We've got long stints at the end now for Mason, and for Val and Rizzle Sticks as well then. So that is going to get very interesting. And who's that? And I think that JJ's out of the race then. And we got yellow flags then. So T. Sammy leads the race then into the pits. There comes Maxi. He's changing onto the medium tires now to the end of the race then. T. Sammy has gone from the back up into a very strong lead in the race now, isn't he? And look at this then. So where is JJ's out of the race himself for session then? And where Matt is in 2nd position then. Where is look at this. Where is the Ferrari? There is the Ferrari. And he's going behind Fizzy as well. I think he is behind Fizzy. Maxi's got some work to do in this race. Oh my word. And who's that in the background? Now we got Mason, who's back up into a very strong 10th position. Mason on a good race tonight, isn't he? Roscoe also in the 10th position as well. Hog emerging out of the pit. Soft tires. He's going to be lightning in the bottle now for the end of this race as well. PB in 12th position. Steve has just got past Rizzle Sticks, who's on soft tires as well. And so T Sammy leads that. So he's gone from the hunter to the hunted in these last few laps. So let's see how long those medium tires can last. Matt in second position, he's on soft tires, sprinting for a position. But it's Fizzy who is the man with the plan, the moment in fourth position. And we've had a bit of a, I've got to say, we've had a bit of a lean period. I got to what? As much of a lean period as it. What, is that a lean period? Well, I feel a bit more refreshed anyway, but I'm not sure how much of a lean period it was because, oh my word there. And now he's on the inside. He passes for sprint. And away he goes then. Next target, 5 seconds down the road. There he is in the foreground. And now Maxi is now also all over the back of sprint as well. He's on fresh medium tires. Maxi is it is wheel to wheel going down to the parabolica. He's going to be on the outside. He's got the racing line now. He's on the outside. Wow! Look at that. That's amazing. And but Sprint has had an issue. Oh no, did they come to blows there? And Sprint has not got damage there. Fizzy has set the fast lap race there. It's a pinch point, isn't it, on the inside of the parabolica? And I wonder if it got a bit too pinchy there for those two drivers there. Mason's in the pit said, so Mason there has had enough of those hard tires, hasn't he? I wonder if the hard tires are just not giving out the performance anymore. And it's a late strategy change there for the Racing Point team then. So he's into the pits then, and changing those tyres then. It's a late strategy call then, so he's got 8 laps to go then for the Racing Point then. Let's see what he can do as well. He should be out in what's a very slow getaway there from Mason there. And the Racing Point said not on fine Vettel there in the pit lane, are they? And that might have cost him, it has cost him a position there to double. He has dropped down into 14th position now because of that. And then they've got a lot of soft runners then right at the back of the field then. This is now going to be very quick then later on. They're on board with Maxi then at the moment. So Maxi has been on all 3 tyre compounds as well. I'm sure that used to be a trophy on the old F1 game, so well done to Maxi then. He's earned a trophy here tonight as well then. But can he earn the one that he really wants? And of course the Tifosi want him to help as well. Of course that is the win here in the Italian Grand Prix. And at the moment his target is the man who is closest to win the World Championship at the moment, which is T Sammy at the moment. T Sammy on a good drive actually, considering the fact he was pointing the wrong way out of the second chicane. He's done a very good job there to get himself back into fighting for the lead then, but unfortunately he's on 16 lap of medium tires. Those medium tires are going to be well past their best at the end of this one. Oh, and look at Val, and those hard tires are really not liking it anymore, are they? And because of that, then he's going to be easy. Yep, he is. Unfortunately, he's going to be easy meet there for Roscoe. He passes. And what about Hogg as well? Hogg is also alongside him on the soft tires. Hogg is. Oh my goodness me, that's going to be. Oh, that's getting very perilous indeed. Val is defending for his welfare. Those hard tires are basically done, but Val is not giving up. He's fighting for every bounce that he can. Then 21 there from Ristic. He's got the fast up there. And Roscoe there is front, not going to be wanting to look behind there because these two are getting very. As I'm fully went to the back of Roscoe there as he go over to the chicane as well. But Val there is really compromised his exit then. Hogg is up the inside. He passes and he is through past Mercedes and away he goes then. PB is next and he is only 4 seconds away then. PB could potentially get some decent points out of this then. Can he get going then? Because I think Val is really strong. PB is on the soft tires and we're on board with the Haas driver. And at the moment, it may not mean much to PB, but he's been my driver today. He's been really good, hasn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed. And T Sammy has also been my driver today as well. Of course, he's just been absolutely fantastic. I would say that all of them are still in the race and have all my drivers today, and as I am going to sit on the fence. So. It's down to 6.3 seconds then. Matt going for 2 wins and 2 races here now, isn't he? But Fizzy there is also catching hand over fist as well. And Fizzy would love to win here, winning great stuff indeed there. And Mercedes are in third position along then, but I think Maxi is only a second back as well. So all the top 4 are really starting to really squeeze up together then at this stage of proceedings. I am loving this, and this is going to get very good indeed. We're just watching the second Ferrari at the moment. Rizzle Sticks, he's on the soft tires. These are new soft tires, and it's double. It's up in front of as well then. These guys are going to be quite quick now. They are catching on Steve. Steve is now coming to the pits then, and the next target then is actually a PB, isn't it? But PB is well down the road then, so these guys might struggle to get some points from here on in, but we'll find out. There might be a late safety car or two. It's now double there, almost squeezing Rizzle off the track there. Rizzle Sticks is flying on these tires. We've already seen him get fast as that there, but he's got on the gravel there. Rizzle Sticks hasn't he? As it looks like that. It's almost going there onto the grass as well through the Curva Grande. And now then we've got Hog, who is on soft tyres as well. Now Hog wants to probably make up a couple more positions. Then in front of him we've got Timmy on 10 lap medium tyres. We got Roscoe just in front of him now, 13 lap medium tyres, and Asdog also on 10 lap tyres as well. And but of course Hog could definitely see Roscoe. You can probably even see the warranty on those tyres as well. He's so close to the back of Roscoe as we're coming down the back straight. At 5.8 seconds the gap is now the front, and that's going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? There's a lot of battles that are really starting to bubble up to the surface now, isn't it? With you're in the twilight of the Italian Grand Prix, isn't it? And I'm going to need to lie down after this one once again. Then DRS and now look at this. Roscoe's onto the middle part of the circuit, and so Hog is on the outside. He's on the racing line. He's going to be on the outside. Roscoe there, and goodness me, that's it also get out the screens as well. But Roscoe there has got the advantage there, has they? And got to say, good old clout there, wasn't it? Roscoe is still on the outside, so Hog is going to go on the inside, is he? We seen an almighty shunt here. I'd love to see the footage there from onboard Gaz's car earlier on the race. And look at this, as Hog is now got not quite out as Roscoe is slamming the door shut then. Max at the moment has dropped to 1.4 seconds back at the moment, Maxi, I said. So I wonder if he's just biding this time now. He's quite, he might be quite relaxed in the car at the moment, Maxi. And of course, he's got the whole of Tifosi right behind him. Nicely. Same with Rizzo Sticks in 14th position now. And Rizzo Sticks there might need a late safety car, but they still could be in there possibly. Then there is a 12-second deficit between themselves and PB. PB there is, but of course, I think PB's got quite a lot of pace at the moment now, and is gaining on Val as well. Then as we just watching Hog there go floating over the Ascari chicane as well, and coming down the back straight, and he's probably going to wait now for DRS then as well. Now he comes out of it. Look at that then, absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Sweet as a nut then. So Roscoe then is now starting to you can see there he's just really under the rear wing now, isn't he? Remember that he got side by side last time as well then, and now then is coming up to side by side into the first chicane as well. And again there Roscoe is breaking so much there than Hog, isn't he? And that is what's really helping. Roscoe is he's like a Daniel Ricciardo, isn't he, on the brakes there. Roscoe is you have to get up very early in the morning there. Don't take Roscoe on the outside. But look at this, Roscoe there is not giving it a chissy. Oh my word there, but he's still planted on the outside, and he's got it on the outside. I say no, because Roscoe is still there. Oh, they're going to run over him there, and Roscoe still keeps it there as well. Oh goodness me, yellow flag then. So what's happened? So just take a look. Let's see what happened with the yellow flag then. Is Russell's got a 3-second penalty. Josh just dropped down the order as well, and Jan said, what a great battle between Roscoe and Hog then. It's a brilliant battle, isn't it? And of course, you have, as I said, you have to be up very early in the morning to get past Roscoe on the outside. And he's really making a nightmare for Hog, isn't he? And probably one of the worst people you want to get by as well, because this is definitely costing Hog a lot of time now, because Alstok is now just pulling away in the distance. The gap is now to 6.3 seconds, and the potentially maybe 7 or even 6 that might have been on the table a couple of laps ago is not happening anymore. PB in the background there is also bearing down there as well. Look, Hog is dropping off the back as well. What's happening at the front here then? It is Maxi then, who is now 3/10 seconds back then, and look at this then, it's 3.8 seconds there. T Sammy is still 3.8 seconds. Matt is running out of laps. T Sammy is still got 20 lap old tyres. He's running out of tyres. What's going to happen first? Is it going to be laps or is it going to be tyres? We're going to find out with 3 laps to go as well then. Look at this, and Maxi is trying to battle to get back into the podium. I wonder if I might have been a mistake there for Maxi not to stay on the hard tyres to the end, but we've seen everyone else coming to the pits as well. So oh goodness me! And once again, these two are just having an absolutely brilliant battle. See there is absolutely flying out there, isn't he? Rizzle Sticks is sees next challenge there, just a couple of seconds up the road as well. Lovely shot here as well. Absolutely splendid stuff from Hog and Roscoe. I think Hog might have to catch Roscoe by surprise there, but Roscoe is starting to really struggle on those tires as well. Fizzy's also now started to he's being pushed by Maxi, which is also now pushing him in front of us. Oh look at this! As Hog is on the outside then. Into a scary good manoeuvre there from Hog, but I think they might have wanted to. Oh, and who's that? That's a Val who's got off there, and Hog is off as well. We've had 2 major incidents there. Hog and Val. Hog is in the wall then, and PB has got off. PB just about keeps it on, and I think Val is in the middle of the rope then, and he is in the middle of the rope then. That's a smash there coming under the bridge there. What happened there? He's out of the race then, and Hog also going the wrong, also facing the wrong way as well. 2 drivers that was near enough in the points there, or just on the outskirts, are out of the Italian Grand Prix. Hogg is going to be disappointed. Got the job done, and now he's out of this race, and what a blow for Hogg. And look at these. Oh, goodness me. This is the battle for second, third, and fourth in the Italian Grand Prix. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. There's T-Sammy. He's 2.5 seconds in front with the laps are counted down. Here's the final countdown, as we just mentioned earlier on the show. This is going to be really good indeed. And 1.8 seconds is counted down so quickly. Look at that. It's coming down at every centimetre of the track, isn't it? Oh dear, oh dear. And I wonder if it's going to be one lap too short and for Matt and Fizzy and Maxi. There they are. This is a big moment in the championship, perhaps for T-Sammy. And of course, T-Sammy is 27 points back from the world champion Maxi at the moment. The other way around, I meant. The world champion T-Sammy is 27 points behind Maxi. And Maxi there, he needs to. Well, it's so tight, isn't it? I think even a day like today, he needs to maximise the points, doesn't he? And now the final turn as well. PB in a very strong 9th position as well. There is Maxi. We're on board with Maxi. Look, Matt then hasn't got no DRS at all. Then look at them. They're Constantine up. Then look at this. Look at this. There's 3 abreast going into the chicane. Then Fizzy's up the inside. Matt's on the outside. They're going to squeeze each other. And now Fizzy's through. Then Matt and then look at this. And now he's on the outside. It's so soft tires. Had enough fun for Matt. He's dropped from 2nd to 4th in the matter of a couple of corners as well. Look in front. There is T-Sammy. This is the follow-up of the Italian Grand Prix as well. This is it. He hasn't got far to go, has he? And this is going to be a very long 3.5 mile circuit, isn't it? And Matt dropping down, he's down into, oh, we got yellow flags there as well. Penny out of the race, and Fizzy's gone wide then. That is going to encourage Maxi, isn't it? Look at this, look at this. This is going to be a grandstand finish. Here is this, a fly underneath me. T-Sammy, Fizzy. Can Fizzy get his second Grand Prix? Remember what happened in Japan last season? Is this going to be something similar as well? Yellow flag said, because someone's gone off. Mason's off there. Mason's dropped down the order, doubles in the points as well. Incredible stuff, and look at this, and Fizzy's gone. He's got to give all he's got, and he's gaining just like in Japan last season. This is the last corner. He is accelerating that. Look at this, and he's pushing him out of the parabolica. Has he got enough fed out of the final turn? And who's going to win? I think T-Sammy's just about got it. He has indeed. T-Sammy wins the Italian Grand Prix. Oh, fantastic stuff. Fizzy in 2nd, Maxi in 3rd. Matt then started off that lap in 2nd position. He's down in 4th fed. Sprint in 5th. 6th position is Timmy. 7th position is very strong as dog. And look, Steve has got, oh my goodness me, what's happened there? And the wing has gone flying into the crowd, and the double is off the circuit. He has damaged the nose cone, and Steve is now up into 10th position as well, but he is going to have to keep a very hungry Mason. PB is just cut across the line as well. He has penalties. PB does. Is that going to cost him 10th position now? 9th. He has got 5 seconds, and Sir Pony B's 11 seconds in front of his teammate as well. This is going to be a double score for Haas, but it's not the day that Steve wanted, was it? And now cut across the line. Steve in 10th position, Mason in 11th, Rule 6 in 12th position, double in 13th, Josh in 14th position there. But T-Sammy, what a performance there from facing the back of the field there to be winning the Italian Grand Prix, and he has taken 10 points off of Maxi. The gap is down to 17 points there or thereabouts in the Drivers' Championship then. And PB driver today, he's been fantastic today in my opinion. PB has brilliant stuff from start to finish there. He didn't make no mistakes. And there it is, and T-Sammy winning the Grand Prix as well. I think that's actually his 7th Grand Prix win of the season there. Good stuff indeed there for T-Sammy. Absolutely wonderful stuff indeed then. And I think that he's going to be very happy with that indeed, isn't he? So it's his 7th Grand Prix win of the season. He's now had the most wins this season then. Brilliant stuff indeed there. 2nd position there was Fizzy. He was so close. Look at that, 2/10 of a second between Fizzy and T-Sammy. They seem to love to stage it, don't they? Absolutely fantastic. 3rd position there was Maxi in the end there, just off the podium there, and where if I extra stop cost him the win today. Matt in 4th position there, Sprinter in 5th, and once again the AlphaTauris are I think the highest scoring team, I believe. Timmy in 6th position, Asdog 7th, Roscoe in 8th position, PB in 9th, brilliant stuff for PB, his 2nd points finish of the season. Steve in 10th position also gets the fast up as well. Mason just outside the points there, Riddle 6th, 12th, double in 13th, Josh in 14th position there. Retirements was Penny, Hogg, Val, JJ and Gaz all retired from this epic Italian Grand Prix. Really good stuff indeed then. As Nico's is saying, what a race for T. Sammy, and Lucas is saying, what a finish. It was an absolutely spectacular finish. It really was, wasn't it? Not the closest in IRC history. You have to go back to the Japanese Grand Prix last season, but goodness me, but it's still involved in the same two, isn't it? Once again, then. Absolutely spectacular stuff indeed, then. And of course, next week in the IRC, we are back, but we're going to be reaching the heights of Mexico, then, the highest track on the F1 calendar, isn't it? Of course, returned back on the calendar back in 2015. I've had some epic races over the season. Over the years, I'm expecting another one there again next week as well. The Drivers' Championship then is now down to 15 points then between T. Sammy and Maxi. Join us next week then. We've got 4 more rounds to go of IRC. See you later. Goodbye.